Hey, just give me a second. Well, he's a bit of a pisser, isn't he? Mummy's big-breasted Freudian crab. I guess he's alright, you know, he talks to me. Maybe because we're in the same line of business. You know, the bartender being a poor man's psychiatrist and all. Hey! When I get to it! Truth be told, I think he's a bit jealous, really. Conditioning birds to turn to left by dropping a pellet into a dish. Sticking 12 volts up a dog's ass to go get him to ring a frickin' bell. I mean, who the hell is Skinner and Pavlov to me, huh? Just names on a charge slip at the end of the night. Now, Rorschach, he meant something. Shut it! Let me tell you, you give him a stout glass full of ale, straight look in the eye. Everything else is wank. Freud can go f his mother, you know? He's a good tipper. Not Freud, the other guy.
Sigmund Freud is the father of all mothers.
Clinical psychology is the key to tap time.
The question is, do I have a God complex? God gives me a headache. My life looks like a Rorschach test.
To be honest with you, electroshock therapy is highly overrated. I prefer direct voltage to my chest tests.
I wanted to tell you, I saw it again. Pretty funny, huh? Late last night, that commercial I was telling you about? Like a high-class whore begging me on. I stopped off at a 7-Eleven for my 3 a.m. after closing regular. You know, chili dog, lime Gatorade, and some cheese chips. You've got to hit that hangover before it starts. A little preventative medicine. Electrolytes, that's the key. Hot dog just sops up the booze. Of course, B12 injections before you leave are helpful. I'd rather not consider all the ramifications of pulling on the bottle. I'd just rather indulge. Anyway, I'm spinning a bit, like I said. Television's half on in my head. It's all the way on, but I mean, it plays half in my head. I'm not really paying attention, but it just bangs in my head like a bull mastiff, like a hump in Pavlov's leg. Rude, you know? Sticking its nose in my crotch. Some bad announcer's voice asking, "Are you tired of your current job? Well, it's time to meet new, interesting people and get the exciting career you've always dreamed of." Pictures of badly dressed people looking like they're straight out of the 70s. Eloquently, the announcer repeats the appealing motif, "Meet new and exciting people. Ah, yes, my friend. Welcome to the enchanting world of bartending." Downright unbelievable, isn't it? Proverbial wet dream of a career choice, bartending. In 3 short weeks, you too can gain access into the incredible world of being on your feet all day. Freud would have had a field day. One mentally dysfunctional moron after the next, passing in succession through the door, making his or her way up to the host subject. Spewing all sorts of tangled garble, rabble, committing one behavioral suicide after the next. Problems, the angst, the infectious bleeding into each other's wounded souls, spreading the viral dysfunction of commonality. Of course, there's the drinking. Did I tell you I'll make a mean vodka gimlet?
Parental guidance is suggested.
Yes, indeed. The life of a bartender is a life to be envied.
Sex is great. Freaky! But great. He likes me to flog him. Not that he's ever done anything with dogs. I mean, that would be sick. So he's a f***ing moon. But it's great. He likes me to dress up in these skimpy little outfits. But imagine, big old me, rubber, buckle boots, fireman helmet. All the while, he's pretending he's a dog. He speaks dirty to me with a German accent. He likes to call me Hilda. He calls me Hilda. Or Mommy. Mommy.
The thalamus is not consciously controlled.
He drew this picture of a fire hydrant. He likes me to whip his lily white ass with a day-old newspaper. The bright orange
He likes to whimper. He likes to sulk in the corner.
A battery-operated shock collar wrapped around the soul.
You get the picture?
Sex.
Sex?
Think you can handle that kind of challenge? Big Mac?
Oh, and he has this thing for dogs.
Did I tell you I'll make a mean vodka gimlet?
Come on, Joe, just a little one. No, sir, no more.
Yes, indeed. The life of a bartender is a life to be envied.
Is heated, vapors are given off that contain colorless liquid.
Especially if your chosen profession is that of a psychiatric medicine. That's me. Dr. Doodle Noodle. Dr. Doodle Noodle. Dr. Doodle Noodle. That's me. Doodle Noodle. Doodle Noodle. Did I tell you I make a mean vodka gimlet? You know, if I were bartending right now, I wouldn't have to wait for all the idiots to come in. They'd already be here and ready to go.
Dirty little slut, you run.
Hey, Glenfiddich on the rocks and a Stoli for my friend.
You hate me.
Sit down and shut up. When I get to it, and there will not be one underfed rat looking for cheese. And there will not be one studied outcome, because who the hell would I be to set myself up with all this intimate human understanding? It would just be one raw, guttural, non-consequential exchange of two primates facing off and thumping their hairy chests at one another. I'm Dr. Doodle Noodle. Don't f*** with me.
Sane.
Sometimes rage, fear, and love are aroused together at the same time.
If it were up to me, I'd fire him. I'd barricade the building and give orders to shoot on sight.
I think of fire in connection with emotions, because when you become stirred up, when your emotions control your actions, it affects not only yourself, but the people around you.
I'd order the sterilization of anything that comes within a 10-foot radius of his person, especially him. I'd fire him, but unfortunately his position is appointed by the state, which, as I'm too happy to point out, is run entirely by men. That creeps me out. I can't stress that fact enough. Every time he looks at me, I feel violated. Oh, the kind of guy who can only get off on a fat pair of breasts covered in ice cream, cheese, and cherries. Sane.
The pigeon is hungry, and we can give it a bit of food as what we call a reinforcer.
Mr. Poe. Do you feel you have anything to contribute to today's session? All right. Do you feel you have anything to contribute to today's session? Do you feel you have anything to contribute to today's session? Do you feel you're ready to leave this place? All right. Do you feel that you belong in this place? Do you belong in this place? Do you know why you're here? Let's try it this way, because I know most people tend to slam on the brakes when they don't talk to somebody for 3 years. Are you mute? Do you not speak? Are you retarded? Are you a retard?
You're crazy.
What do you think about? Do you think? Do you feel? Did you start this life off as a pollywog and slither out of the Darwinian muck? And if you did, what makes you different from all the other apes in the jungle? Did I forget? Do you hear me? You make me crazy. You're crazy. Are you happy with your accommodations here, Mr. Poe? I'd be glad to speak to the concierge about your room. I would be so glad to change your room, Mr. Poe. It would be my honor beyond all dreams. It would be the one thing in my entire life that I would be thrilled about. How about a shot of electroshock up the ass? Some Flintstone chewables? They're really aspirin. They're really aspirin. Here. See you tomorrow, Mr. Poe.
Yeah, my problem then was I don't eat.
Yeah.
And that was the worst part. Yeah, my problem then was I don't eat.
Yeah.
And that was the worst part, you know, because if I eat for a drink, then I don't want to drink as I know.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to learn this in some.
You do. Oh, you crazy things.